It is now 10 minutes before the hour, and up next, with apologies to James Joyce, we have the portrait of an artist as an elderly woman, a very special woman with a unique place in American history and American art. Joel Siegel has her story this morning as we mark the first day of Black History Month.
It was interesting that my parents realized that I was talented, and they gave me paints and paper and encouraged me, so that it began very early with me.
Early for artist Loïs Mailou Jones and early for our century. Ms. Jones is 90 years old, and this is her year. This show, featuring her work and the work of her students at Howard University, where she taught for 47 years, opened on her 90th birthday. This show, featuring her work in Paris in the 40s, just opened at the Studio Museum of Harlem. In 90 years, she's been there, done that, painted the T-shirt.
They told me, Lois, you know, you're talented, but you're not going to make it in this country. You're going to have to go abroad, because the establishment here in this country was not interested in the work of black artists.
She was one of dozens of great black artists, writers, and musicians, expatriates like James Baldwin, Dizzy Gillespie, Josephine Baker, who lived in Paris.
That sense of freedom and people not isolating you because of your color. It was your talent that counted. And so it was with the musicians, the artists, the writers. I mean, so many of them who went. I remember, well, I was rather young and maybe I dare say attractive in those days. And I went to a French restaurant, and the garçon kept looking at me. And finally he came over and said, pardon, mademoiselle, was it Josephine Baker? I said, no, I'm not Josephine Baker, but Gilles Carnet. I know her.
When she came home, her art had changed, but America hadn't.
I went on 57th Street with my impressionist works, street scenes and beautiful paintings of Paris. And they said that your work is excellent, but, you know, we can't show it. We just can't take you on. And so I decided to put my work in crates and ship them to the national museums. They all made the shows. And I would go to the openings and see my work hung and feel happy about it. I remember one occasion when one of the white guards came over to me, saw me looking at my painting right in the center of a group in the Philadelphia Academy of Design show. And he looked at me and looked at the painting. He said, I guess you like art. But I didn't tell him. I said, what's the use?
This is one of her watershed works, Les Fétiches. It's now in the National Museum of American Art. Paris taught her about painting, but Haiti and Africa taught her about art.
Going to Africa and seeing the actual products and meeting the people and realizing the richness of design, of color, Africa really introduced me to heritage.
A painting that means so much to her, a portrait of a man about to be lynched. She found her model walking near her home in Washington, D.C.
He said, but you know, sister, I lived in the South, and I have seen one of my brothers lynched. I said, how did he look as you went? He said, he just fastened his eyes on the heaven. I said, don't move.
What do you tell your students about being an artist?
I just hope that what I have done and what my colleagues have done over the years will inspire them to achieve and to take their place in American art.
Magnificent variety in her work. Loïs Mailou Jones. We'll be back.